Well, here we are again. I'm back to do another open season review. Hooray! Another open season review. God, I really don't care for this franchise at all. I really don't care. This makes the Cars movies from Pixar look very unique. And that's saying something because those are like frustrating. At least I get something out of them. These movies are just freaking boring and stuff. I mean, they are a little bit frustrating, but they're mostly just forgettable. Like, with forgettable characters and all of that. But here I am back to do another open season review, so... You guys know the drill. If you guys want to be notified for future videos, remember to subscribe to my channel. And remember to make sure you guys are still subscribed because and also make sure you guys are the notification bell is still on because I think I've been having problems where I've been losing subs and gaining it. I haven't heard people complain about it on my channel yet, but I have heard people complaining about it on other channels and stuff. So make sure you guys are still subscribed because I think YouTube's kind of getting glitchy and stuff. I don't know. Funny enough about YouTube, before I talk about the movie, apparently YouTube's going back to, showing off, the numbers again on views. What do I mean by that? Well, I mean they're, like, literally showing the, like if you get, I think, 24,000 views, they'll literally show the whole number. Used to, they would just go, like, 24K subs or something like that. I'm not sure if they purposely did that or not, but I just find that kind of interesting because they were doing that. They did that a lot, like in the first decade, but by the second decade, like in the 2010s era and stuff, they kind of went away from that just because people got so many views and stuff, and it's kind of hard. Like, say if you got 1 billion or something. Because I've seen some videos that have gotten 1 billion, and let's just say trying to fit all those numbers on there can be kind of hard. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out because that's been going on lately, but I don't know. But anywho, yeah, just make sure you guys are still subscribed just in case. But anywho, let's go ahead and talk about this. So, this is the third open season movie in the franchise. Like I said, I don't freaking care about these movies. I don't care about them. They're not like awful. I would watch them over freaking like Epic, the sequel trilogy of Star Wars, and I don't know, any other and even some of the other bad movies that I've watched. Not all of them. I mean, The Good Dinosaur. I'd probably rather watch The Good Dinosaur over these movies, but I don't know, but. I just don't really care for these, but I figured I might as well review it. Something to point out, though, is apparently, with Open Season 3 is, well, the Open Season sequels in general, the movies, they kind of went, like, with the Ice Age route from Blue Sky, where they kind of released, like, one after another. Like, every time they would come out with a new film, like, they would have an original film and they would have a sequel. I've noticed that, Blue Sky did the same thing. They did the exact same thing with Ice Age. Only they made like 4 movies before they quit doing that. They made I think a Rio 2 before because they started doing a sequel of Rio and stuff too. I don't remember if on Rio 2, I think Rio 2 came out. It came out after Ice Age 4, so never mind. But they were doing sequels for a while. But they did Ice Age for a while, then they took a break, and then by 2016, that was like 40 years later, they literally made a 6th one, and they basically stopped until Disney bought Fox, and then they made a 6th Ice Age movie and all that. So it's kind of funny that they kind of took a break there and all that. That's kind of what they did with these movies too. After this one, it'll be freaking several years before we get to Open Season Skittered Silly. So yeah. But anywho, is this movie as bad as the other ones, or is it actually better than the other ones? Well, that's what we're here to talk about. And I'm gonna say this right here, this movie actually is better. Yes, this movie is actually better than the other two. Yes, it is. It's a miracle, right? I mean, this movie is actually better than the other two. But honestly, it's still not great. It's still not great, unfortunately. I still have problems with this movie. It actually was doing some things right. It was going in a direction I actually liked, sort of. I mean, Elliot is still kind of unlikable at times, and let's just say he's a very horrible parent. He apparently does not know how to take care of himself and all. And I know there's other characters like on Family Guy, and just the old seasons and stuff. Peter's kind of childish and all that, but to the point where you like don't know how to take care of your own kids, and then I'm like questioning why do you even have kids at all, I mean, even like I guess the Fairly Odd Parents do the same thing, but they usually lead to something interesting. But we basically got Elliot's basically supposed to apologize to Boo for, I guess, basically because he was trying to schedule something like with his his friend and all that, but it backs down because his wife she basically wants him to watch the kids while she's gone, so he can't have his brotherhood day because no one will go with Boo. So that makes Boo upset, and I'm like, he's supposed to apologize to him. I mean, it's not really like it's really Elliot's fault. I mean, Elliot is kind of, like I said, he's a horrible parent, right? He's he can't take care of him, he can't take care of himself. I mean, but unlike the other two movies, I say this is probably where honestly, in this movie, he's literally not, this is where he's the least amount of, annoying, which is very good. So they really they got rid of a lot of the annoying traits. He's still annoying, like you said. He's still like it's like going on this long like thing where he can't say sorry to Boo and all that. And I'm like, why do we need like freaking several scenes with this? Like it's just annoying. So yeah, we got that, and then apparently Boo's going to the circus. Or I'm going to remind you that that DreamWorks will do the same thing with Madagascar, which I'm going to tell you guys right now. That's the movie's a lot better. It's a lot better. It's a lot more funny and a lot more enjoyable. But we'll get there eventually. But this movie's still all right. I don't get why he couldn't take the kids with Boo. I kind of forgot what Boo was even wanting to do. I kind of forgot. They kind of focus on it for a little bit, but then they kind of stop, and I don't know. But he basically wants to go with his own kind, so he sees a circus and all that. Which, by the way, he sees it by breaking into a store in like the first movie, so he didn't learn from the first movie. But he breaks into the store and this guy's store and basically trespasses, and I guess he sees a poster in there and eats chocolate and stuff. He eats chocolate. So what's funny about the chocolate joke is it's kind of like he's drunk, which is kind of funny. It's kind of funny to see him get drunk. I'm not sure if you can actually get drunk actually eating too much junk food like that or not. I'm not sure. I know you can get sick, but I don't know. Because SpongeBob did the same thing. Like, SpongeBob and Patrick in the movie, they drink a bunch of sundaes, and then at the Goofy Goofer restaurant, and then they get drunk and all that. I'm not sure that actually can happen. If someone wants to let me know in the comments, that'll be interesting to know, because I'm curious. I mean, as someone who has junk food occasionally myself, it's not bad to have some sweets every so often, but I try to eat healthy foods too, but yeah, I don't know, but yeah, basically though, I don't know, I feel bad for the guy who has that store. Like, he's basically just, I don't know, I feel bad for him. But they had like a freaking running joke. Like, why do they think this is funny? Like, this guy having his freaking store destroyed by the animals? Like, I just feel so bad for him. So it happens like, I think 3 or 4 times throughout the movie. Like, they keep making a joke about his freaking store getting destroyed, and I feel bad for him. I mean, some people might find it funny, but for me, I'm just like, as someone who has had things broke before by other people, I just feel bad for the guy. I mean, he's trying his best to keep his store nice, and then freaking animals come and trespass in his property and all that. I just feel so bad for him. I just feel bad. But yeah, I don't know, I just feel bad for him and all that, and he doesn't really have much screen time, but it's the same guy who was in the second movie, and all that, but he kind of had some problems there too, but they really make it, they make it really, bad in this movie where, but they make him have bad luck and all that. I don't know, maybe it's just because I grew up and had bad luck myself and all that, and I had things tore up, by other people, so maybe I just feel bad for him, I don't know. But anywho, enough about him. Let's talk about, Boo at the circus, because honestly, that's probably the biggest highlight. I mean, it's in the poster after all, the disc, or the, the DVDs you buy. So let's talk about that. So he goes to the circus and he falls in love with a bear. She's actually not too bad of a character. I do kind of like her. I thought she was French, because I don't know, I kind of get my languages mixed up. No hard feelings from people who speak different languages. I'm not very good with different languages, but I thought she was French, but apparently I think she might be Russian because there's because I'm in the because apparently this is an interesting fact I wanted to point out here. But apparently this movie was released actually in 2010 in Russia, but it was released in North America in 2011. So it apparently released it a couple months later in North America, which is kind of interesting. I thought this movie came out in France or something. I guess maybe I was wrong, but that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure why they released. I don't think the other two films were like this. I could have been wrong. They could have been released in Russia first, but I don't know. I looked them up and they don't say anything about that, so I don't know. I just found that it's kind of interesting, so I think that's what makes me think she might be Russian. Because maybe, because the movie came out in Russia, maybe they had a Russian actor, I don't know. But she does a pretty good job voicing, the bear. I don't know her name. I don't know if they actually ever bring up her name or not. I don't remember her name because I don't think they brought it up, but basically she doesn't believe Boo is actually Boo because, there's a lookalike bear. Now this is the part where it sounds like it's going in a great direction. There basically is going to be a bear who looks like him, and he basically disguises himself as Boo and goes out to the wood because he wants to be worshipped. So he gets worshipped. He forces the animals to do labor for him, which makes him sound like a threat. It makes him sound like a threat, which is pretty cool. It looks pretty, it sounds like a pretty cool idea. But then they freaking literally fuck it up. They fuck it up. They screw up the freaking, they could have had a decent idea and freaking screwed it all up. The villain, it doesn't take them long at all, it doesn't take them long at all to figure out what's going on. Because apparently Elliot's wife, which I forgot her name, basically figures it out. And I'm like, as soon as I knew she was coming back, they were gonna, Elliot's daughters were gonna go get her. I knew that this is gonna end up being bad because, yeah. But it sounded like it was gonna be a good idea. Maybe he was actually gonna be a villain and actually freaking try to maul them. That would have been cool to have an actual bad guy bear, because this isn't the first time this stuff has happened. A lot of cartoons and stuff do this. They have or even movies, they can do this too. They have an evil version of the main character and all that. And the evil guy tries to take over the good character's life. It's pretty interesting, but they basically go nowhere with it. They easily freaking take him down, and then he just becomes good because he realizes he's lonely and all that, which I think that could have been a good result. It could have been a good idea to resolve his villain act and make him become good. But I freaking hate how, like, he's not a threat at all. He's just freaking a bully. And I mean, a bully can work. I mean, the Cloudy Chance of Meatballs has the mayor. He's a bully. And then even Cloudy Chance of Meatballs 2, which is a movie we'll get down the road, there's also a bully there too, who's more of a bully than a villain, but it's also a villain. But they can make him an actual villain too. They can make him a threat, and actually make him an interesting villain. But they don't freaking do that at all, which freaking sucks. It freaking sucks how fast they figured it out and how easily he gets defeated. It just pisses me off. It freaking pisses me off. That actually sounded like that would have actually made this movie actually really enjoyable to watch. And not to mention, we also got freaking Mr. Weenie and his friends that are going to say boo because they misunderstand and think he's in trouble, but he's not. But I just think it's just freaking stupid. It's freaking stupid because they have like nothing to do with this movie. They freaking throw Mr. Weenie in here just because. And I'm like, why do they throw him in here? He's like one of the weakest characters in the franchise. Not to mention they basically constantly hint at him not liking his owners. Because his owners are, well, they're not really bad guys, but they just basically they just, I don't know, they just they smother him by hugging him too much and all that. And he just hates it, but they even freaking hint at it at the freaking end of the movie when he's gonna get neutered. So I'm like freaking why do they keep doing this? Like, why do they keep like having these plots? I think they should have just freaking had Mr. Weenie just freaking be free in the second movie and then freaking just get rid of these damn people, because I don't care about them either. I just don't freaking care about them. They just don't add anything with the movie. The animals don't add anything with the movie. They just throw them in there because I guess the creators must really like Mr. Weenie, so they throw him in there. Which again is freaking annoying. But yeah, it's freaking annoying. And I guess the owners are out looking for Bigfoot or something. I mean, I guess you have to have them have something to do, I guess. Which is kind of funny because there's actually going to be something, I don't know if that's going to be Bigfoot, but there's going to be something, in the fourth movie, Scared Silly, which will be something, I think it might be a werewolf I'm thinking of, I don't know. But it might be something like that, I don't know, I don't remember, but, because it's been a while since I've seen the fourth one, but I just don't think they just don't freaking add anything to the movie. I just think they could have taken them out, like just focused on Boo and the villain, and actually made the villain a threat and all that, and have him redeem himself and all that, because they can do that. I mean, sometimes villains are evil, but they redeem themselves. Look at Megamind. Megamind was an evil guy. He was of course he was the main character too, but of course they don't want you to see him as an actual villain, but my point is they can easily make a villain threatening and evil, but actually make him good. But I would have liked for him to like freaking try to attack the animals and stuff and all that, and maybe they have to figure out which one is Boo and which one's the actual which one's the actual villain. I know they've done this trope like a million times, but I still think it's kind of cool the way they do it, They build up to it and all that, but they just don't freaking do it. So we got basically Mr. Weenie and stuff who returns and adds nothing to the movie, and they could have freaking just kept him out of the damn movie, but they didn't. And then we got a villain who is just a jerk and he doesn't really add anything to the freaking film. And all that, and then we got basically Elliot kind of being a horrible parent, and kind of just a trope of him constantly, going back and forth on, trying to apologize or not, and then, I don't know, this movie's just freaking, I don't know, it's kind of a mess. But I'm gonna go ahead, because I've kind of been going on about this for a while, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a score. this movie is gonna get a meh, and it's gonna get 51 points. Now, this might actually sound surprising for people who are watching this review. You may be asking yourself, like, why would I give this movie a meh if I'm complaining so much about it? Well, here's the thing. This movie is forgettable. It is kind of boring and forgettable, as you guys can see with my boring emoji, but who is supposed to be me, but basically, though, it is a boring and forgettable film. But there are things I do kind of like about it. Like, I do like Elliot's kids. I mean, they don't add much to the movie either, but they are decent. And I do kind of like the circus stuff and all that. But I feel like the circus thing is what saves this movie. Otherwise, it probably would have been just a bad 2. So, yeah, unfortunately, this is another movie that's not good. At least it's not bad, but like the other 2, but it's not good either. It's just a forgettable movie. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind watching this movie again occasionally, because it's alright. There's nothing frustrating about it, well, I guess besides them, bringing back Mr. Weenie and all that, and, the villain not being very threatening, just being a jerk and all that, but otherwise, it's not really that bad of a movie. I just don't think it's great. I think it deserves a meh. But yeah, it's just basically that's all I have to really say about this. This movie's just very forgettable and all that, and I don't know. But anywho, though, I don't know what else to really say about this. I guess I can point out, too, that apparently there's also a llama in the movie, too, who also constantly freaking spits when he talks, and I can barely understand what he's saying. I'm sure it's an accent thing, but I just can't really understand what he says. I kind of wish they would give him subtitles or something like that, because I don't even know what he's saying half the time when he's talking to Boo, but I don't know. But I kind of wish they would have given him, subtitles or something like that so people can understand what he's saying. They're who are in America, but I don't know. He's an alright character, though, besides him spitting when he talks, and you can't understand him very well, but I don't know. I guess I don't have really much to really say about this movie. It's basically another freaking open season movie. And what's worst of all is there's not only going to be a 4th one I got to review, but apparently there's going to be a freaking TV show down the road, too, that they're talking about. And when you think they are done with this freaking franchise, they want to milk more out of it. But yeah, I don't know. I am going to point out this, though, that, I'm going to point out that, well, I want to point out that I have these letters spaced out to the way they are on the card because I'm trying to experiment with the cards for Sony Pictures, because the Sony Pictures logo moves around a lot. The letters move around, so I'm trying to space it out a little bit, so it makes it feel more like I'm reviewing a Sony movie. Now, give it that Sony theme. I could not do that with the fun fact, though, because there's too much words, so unfortunately there won't be that. I mean, I guess I probably could have, I don't know. But I don't know if I'm going to continue doing it like this or not. I'm just experimenting right now. Because unlike DreamWorks, where I figured out exactly what I'm going to do, here I have not figured out what I'm going to do yet, so. But I hope you guys like me trying new things out, because it makes the video is more unique, But yeah, I don't know, but I also think I messed up the 6 out of 30. I think it was supposed to be 5 out of 30 down there for the movies. Because technically they're still releasing DreamWorks and Sony movies. I'm just doing it like this because it adds some more stuff to the card than just, the point system and stuff, Because I think it shows you how many movies there are right now, that I'm reviewing. But I don't know, but next time I'll try to make sure I fix that. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I know it was kind of short, but there's really not a lot to say. I'm trying to think what else I can say. There's gotta be something else I can say, because I really don't. This video is really short. I don't really know if there's anything else to say, though. I don't know. I don't know what else to really say. I guess I'll probably go ahead and just let it go then, because I don't think there's anything else I can think of. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and let it go, because there's not really much else to say. I guess I will say this, though. I will upload this video later, because right now it's late and all that. I will upload this later. Anywho, see you guys all next time. Bye-bye.